It means everything. You dream of being a footballer and putting on the national shirt is part of that dream.
You're playing at an elite level with the best-known players in your country. I think it's a huge achievement, and you enjoy every effort, every call-up, every tournament, because it's like you're with your family. I couldn't have asked for more. It's amazing, it's unique. There are no words to describe it.
For me, it's wonderful to put on that shirt, because every time I do, it feels as though it's my first time, because I want to give it my best, because to be there and to represent my country and have that responsibility will always be the best thing that has happened to me.
After 2 years and 17 qualifiers, it all came down to the final match for Colombia. The Cafeteros arrived at the Estadio Nacional in Lima, needing a draw to book their place at the World Cup. But Peru could also go through if they won.
We believed right from the start that we were going to get to the World Cup, but it was completely down to us. And in Peru we had to play for our lives. And that's how it was. We went out against Peru and played a match which gave us qualification for the World Cup.
Here's a chance for Colombia and a goal for Colombia! James Rodriguez! Is that for Colombia a golden shot for a place in Russia? Does that goal send Colombia back to the World Cup finals?
More than anything, we felt happiness and pride. We found it really hard. It was a pretty tough qualification campaign. We had to battle a lot, but in the end, we just felt a sense of joy and excitement. I think we achieved what we always dreamt of when we play for our country.
It's a really great feeling, because we had battled hard to reach our target, which was to qualify again for the World Cup. It was difficult to do it against a great team like Peru, but Colombia worked hard since day one of the qualifying campaign to achieve this, and thankfully we were able to do it.
It may have come down to that last match in Lima, but South American qualifying is as tough as it gets. It was a journey that began back in October 2015. Match 1 ended with a routine victory against Peru in Barranquilla.
They are the most difficult qualifiers. You can see that throughout the year, the table changed, and there were always surprises. You saw that in the last round of games, when there were 3 or 4 teams fighting for one qualifying spot. Peru eventually qualified, even though with 6 or 7 matches to go, everyone thought they were out. So that tells you that qualifying is quite complicated.
There are 10 teams fighting for 4 places, 4.5 places. So when you have these types of national teams to face, every game is a final.
The road to Russia was full of challenges for Colombia. They faced some of the best teams in the world and twice won at high altitude, defeating Ecuador 2-0 in Quito and winning 3-2 in La Paz, Bolivia, a significant achievement.
Creates a bit of space and finds the back of the net.
The match that we won in Bolivia, in La Paz, was crucial. We won in the 90th minute with a goal from Edwin Cardona. to make it 3-2. It's difficult to play in La Paz due to the altitude. I think that was a key moment for Colombia.
Could be in here. It's a fine finish. A quality goal.
I think every game, from start to finish, is equally important. There's a chance to get points in every game. If you win, you climb up the table, and if you lose, you drop down the table.
After 18 matches, Colombia finished South American qualifying in 4th place. No mean feat against the might of Brazil and Argentina. With a squad full of potential and genuine individual talent, Colombia need to be taken seriously in Russia. It's their second successive World Cup finals. An impressive 2014 tournament saw them reach the quarter-finals after a 16-year absence on the biggest stage.
And Colombia haven't been to many World Cups, so it's fantastic. I think everyone thinks the national team can do well, and Colombia did pretty well at the last World Cup. We achieved a lot. I hope the next World Cup will be even better. I hope things go well, and we can get even further than last time.
Colombia have evolved, determined as a group to build on Brazil 2014.
At the last World Cup, some of the players had quite a lot of experience. They had achieved quite a lot. But I think the national team has now developed. There are some younger players, as well as the more experienced ones. So I think it's evened out quite a lot. And I hope things go well with the team that we have at this World Cup.
It's different. Some big players have gone, players who were very experienced in the national team. But now some great young players have come in who can bring a lot to the team.
Their talisman is still there, the man who lit up the last World Cup, as Colombia reached the quarter-finals. James Rodriguez.
Creates the opening and finds the bottom corner.
The Golden Boot winner in Brazil with 6 goals. James earned himself a transfer to Real Madrid. And their top scorer in qualifying will again be the first man they look to in Russia this summer.
He's a player who delivers, has great technique, and brings a lot to the national team. And not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. I think he's a great person. He's always there helping out the new players. So he's someone that brings a lot to the national team.
Over the top for James. They've beaten the offside trap again. He's looking for Cuadrado! And it's 2-0 to Colombia!
Juan Cuadrado of Juventus is another key man to watch, along with Carlos Bacca, who scored 3 goals during the qualifying campaign.
He's a pretty influential player who always plays well for his clubs or the national team as well. I think everyone is important. Everyone brings something to the table for the national team, and that's what counts when it comes to playing these matches.
I have a lot of character, personality. I always prepare myself well so I can give my best on the pitch. I'm quick, powerful, and I always work hard for the team. For a striker, you live for goals, because at the end of the season you are judged on how many goals you have scored.
Once again, Colombia will be led by one of the most respected coaches in South America. Argentinian Jose Peckerman led the Cafeteros to that best-ever World Cup in 2014.
He's a great coach. He's nice, and someone that's always there to help you through thick and thin. You can talk to him, he explains everything. I think he's a great coach, and he's already taken Colombia to the World Cup, which is a huge achievement.
He's a coach who's always focused on every minor detail. He is passionate about the game and sometimes doesn't sleep because he's watching a match. The sacrifices he's made will always bring its reward.
Back home in South America, Colombia will be followed by a nation that's fanatical about its football. They've made great strides in recent years, at both national and club level. Atlético Nacional of Medellin have been a shining light for the country's club game, producing some of the national team stars, including defender Davinson Sanchez. They won the Copa Libertadores in 2016, coached by Reinaldo Rueda.
It was a game changer, extremely important. It was a title the club was pursuing for many years. We hadn't won it since 1989, 27 years. And it's led to a lot of international exposure for all the players. The same goes for us as the coaching staff. It's a great achievement.
I was proud. I was 19 years old. It's a title we worked really hard for. I think from the first game, we got the feeling that it was going to be a very good season for us. I think as the years pass by, you realise what you did. It's not simply saying, yes, I won a Copa Libertadores a few years back. It's not something everyone achieves.
Colombia's World Cup begins against Japan in Saransk, before group games against Poland and then Senegal. They'll be confident of at least progressing from their group.
It's a difficult group. People wouldn't say it's full of teams that are favourites,